What's up, YouTube? Back at you again with another quick video. I am out here in the garage once again, man. This is a lifelong passion of mine, is to just mess around and tinker around and build and rebuild, break down, tear down, start over, refresh, revive, redo over. Just working on these cars, man. I really enjoy it. This is something that I've been doing for years, since I was a young kid. Even passed it along to my oldest son, who's well deep into it. A lot more advanced on these things now than I am, but yeah, I do what I can, when I can, and how I can, and not always the correct way. But at the end of the day, if it finishes up with the product that I like, then I'm happy with it. But yeah, man, I'm out here in the garage, just trying to. I kind of moved away from the center console build. I'm just about done with that. And to be real honest, I'm happy with it. I like how it looks, but there are two or three imperfections that I've caught that. It's my first one. I'll live with it. The good thing is this whole thing can be removed without having to take any seats out. It comes out in sections. So the idea is I'm gonna roll with this for a while, and after maybe a year or two, if I get tired of it, just do it again. I definitely learned my lessons, so I know how to build it a lot more proficient next time. But I wasn't getting ready to start all over and scrap this when it's not bad. It's just my own OCD, I guess. At times, I can recognize things. My son tells me all the time that, Dad, people are gonna look at these cars, they don't even see that all the time. I mean, they have to really be nitpicking to catch some of these things. But anyhow, so I left that alone, and now I'm at a point where I'm trying to I got my push buttons on the center console wired up to power my power door locks. Now I'm trying to just wire up this alarm system, and it's giving me a few problems here. I'll flip this camera around, let you see what I'm doing here. As you can see, I got there's not no light in here either, though. Let's see here. Yeah, see, that's one problem I'm having there. When I open my door, my lights, you see my lights are flashing. And the alarm is off, so they shouldn't be doing that. Okay, well, they just went off. So maybe that is a feature in the alarm system that tells me my door has been open. But I don't like that. I don't need the lights to flash to tell me my door is open. I mean, what is that? I mean, I got to figure out how to turn that off. You buy these alarm systems from these Amazon and, aftermarket Chinese products, and they don't come with no really good instructions. So you got to kind of figure it out. But that's not even an issue. I'm not even tripping on that. The problem that I'm having is the way I got my switches hooked up over here is, with the relays on the back of each one of those switches. Now when I try to control or wire up my power door locks with the remote control alarm, it will not let me wire them up. And I think my son was saying it's a problem with the way my relays are set up on those switches. I can wire the power door locks up to the remote control alarm, and they work just fine. But as soon as I try to introduce those push button up and down lock buttons there, it blows a fuse. And even one time it actually put the car in accessory mode, which my son and I still ain't figured out how that happened. And of course, I got all this other stuff hooked up in here: Terminator X, Dakota Digital Dash, and all this other electronic stuff in here. I'm not trying to get too carried away with this, man. I don't know a whole lot about this wire stuff. You already see I got a bundle of wires on here that look like a mess. So what my plan is just for today is I'm just going to wire up what I can, which is I got the alarm working properly without the buttons. And then my son's gonna come over and he's gonna take a look at it, and I'm sure he'll be able to figure it out, how we can wire this thing. We already have an idea on what we can do to make it work, but it's kind of defeating the purpose of why it's not working the way it should work. So push comes to shove and we can't figure it out by doing it the right way, we are going to do that that other way, which is basically rigging it up to where the push buttons will have their own actuator and the alarm will have its own actuator, is what my son was mentioning. So anyhow, YouTube, just wanted to just stop and give you a quick update on the build here. Yeah, it's coming along. I'm going to continue working on this for at least maybe another hour, and then I got to get out of here. My grandson's birthday is today, so I am on my way to Chuck E. Cheese later today. See, this thing's going off. See, it just armed itself now, which I don't even know if it should have armed itself. You know, once the door is closed, I don't know. I got to look at this thing, man. I'm probably just gonna just disarm all those features. All I need this thing to do is disarm and arm when I hit the button. I don't need all those added things. Yeah, see how this thing is tripping, man. It's already flashing, going off, and stuff is doing some weird stuff, man. But all right, YouTube, I'll catch you back on the next one. Peace.